Hey guys, I'm just feeling like super cool, like the coolest of the cool. My sunglasses. You can see like the big rectangular light. Kind of looks like I have robot eyes if I line it up just right. Okay. Hi. So, happy Friday. Hopefully I actually post this one on a Friday. I'm usually been a day late, but I will get there. So today I am gonna make an avocado, and because that's actually my most favoriteest food, and I think it's really cute whenever you see like one of those cartoon avocados. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm ready to play with some clay. I'm excited. Please check out my kits. Please subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying watching these clay videos, and I don't know, leave me a comment. I would love to get some ideas of what to make or what you'd like to see or anything you would like to learn about. I've been doing polymer clay for like 30 some years, and I know a lot about it. Maybe not as much as some people, but I know a bit. And also kiln fire clay. I'm gonna try to do some kiln fire clay videos too along the way. So anyways, hope you have an awesome weekend. Okay, so I'm starting out here by taking a dark green and a black and mixing them together in this pasta machine to get just a darker green color for the outside rind of the avocado. One thing that is really nice, this particular pasta machine is made just for clay, but it's essentially the same thing as just like a basic pasta maker thing. They sell all different levels of pasta machines. Like some of them have motors on them. Some polymer clays are pretty hard, and also if you're mixing colors a lot, it's just nice. You don't have to, you know, grind your arm so much. So anyways, here I'm mixing some lighter colors, and I'm trying to I want to get two tones that are different than the meat of the avocado for rind. And so I'm gonna take two flat pieces, the darker and a lighter, and layer those together and kind of like, so now I'm gonna shape the like half of the avocado, the meat of it, and put that, take like the largest ball tool and make a socket there for the avocado nut. And now the reason I'm cutting these like triangles is so I can fold the clay together without having a lot of bumps and things. I'm gonna end up putting a couple on the side here too. It just helps it go on around a rounded surface without creating a lot of jagged rounded edges. Now this part where I'm just slicing the edges off, this whole process could probably be done a little bit more I don't know, efficiently, I guess, but I'm just doing it this way because I kind of wanted the inside to be more rounded and like cartoony, and I wanted the rind to kind of be separated, like, because I could make these all together and then just slice right down the, you know, middle of the whole piece, like almost like make an avocado shape and cover it with the two colors and then slice it in half. But I wanted the inside to kind of jut out a little bit and be more rounded. So I'm just kind of winging it with this idea. I end up doing a lot of like correction. So like you'll see here, I end up cutting off like a slice of some of the extra clay a few times throughout this video to just like, you know, cover up parts where it's, so like right here, I'm just cutting a little piece off and shaping it and then kind of covering up the edge where it was kind of too jagged or maybe bumpy or something. And so I'm just like doing these little corrections, and then this tool is amazing. I don't sell this tool or the X-Acto knife in my tool sets because they're so sharp. The end of this tool is like super, like it could puncture your skin just like an X-Acto knife. So my tool sets, which are full of really nice tools, just don't have these two just because they are given to kids a lot as gifts and stuff, and I just wouldn't want anyone to overlook that those are in there and have some kind of injury. But I do sell this particular tool separately at my studio, and I will end up putting it online for like 10 bucks probably. It's just like a super amazing little detail tool. The one end is great for smoothing, making like sockets, and the other end, you know, it tapers to a really narrow point, so it's just great for all kinds of sculpting things. All right, so I'm going to now clean my hands off with some baby wipes. Baby wipes are awesome when you're working with polymer clay. They really work well on like the oil that's in the clay that gets on your fingers. I've got some hazelnut colored clay here that I'm making the avocado seed out of. Put some poly paste in there to hold it in. And then now I'm just gonna kind of try to figure out whether I want the eyes to go up high or down low. Up high, down low. Up high, down low. I think I'll go down low. So just make some sockets here and make some eyeballs that fit in there. Get some tiny little pupils. Gonna do some like cartoon eyes looking sideways. Hello. Hey guys. Trying to get a good view of this tool, but it's not focusing very good. But I tried this on the pineapple one that I did last week, but this didn't work well for the pineapple, but I thought of it immediately as like a good texture for the outside of the avocado, because you know how they're kind of bumpy and textured. So yeah, looking pretty good. Deciding between gray and black. Gonna go with black for the legs and arms, but then I'm going to use that gray for some avocado boots. I was kind of being inspired by the Breakfast Club movie from the 80s. I watched it recently with my boyfriend on a late night and he fell asleep, but I was like, oh man, I miss the 80s for some reasons. Other reasons, not so much. But anyways, so I just kind of like rolled from a ball shape, I rolled like a little point out and then flattened the black circles into like little ovals on the bottom of the boots using the knife tool to put some tread on the bottom, and using like a smaller ball tool to make space for the legs to pop in. Now I'm cutting the front of that to sort of, you know, make a little tongue, and also like, you know, draw the edge around where that whole piece would go. And I get the idea to put some little jump rings on there for like the lace loopholes or whatever you call them. And then I realized there's really tiny ones in here, so I just dumped the whole thing out to try to pick out the really tiny ones. So I just think like having that little metal detail, like sometimes just adding some little other stuff that isn't clay into your clay. You can add, you know, not all types of plastic, but there are some hard plastics that will make it through the oven at this temperature. Also like wood not obviously all wood, but you know, some wood things and metal, of course. So, you know, there's some kind of fun little additional things you can actually just bake right into the clay. Beads, glass, stuff like that. So anyways, I'm using this tool. I use the back end to press it into the clay and then the front end to poke like a hole in the middle. And there we go. Got the major part of these boots done. Later I'll add some laces, but I'm gonna wire up these legs, put them in the boots. I gotta kind of make them a little wider, making the legs narrow enough and then making the opening in the boot wide enough. And I like to use my needle nose pliers to put things like this on, just so I'm not like mushing up the clay as much as possible. Oh my goodness, you got some nice shoes. You got the good kicks on. Avocado. Alright, so now I'm gonna take some more clay for the arms. Basically, I'm gonna roll a ball and then roll a worm, but I'm gonna do the inside skinnier than the outside, so there's kind of like a ball left on each end, and then I just semi-flatten that. Cut a couple slices in there on each one. I like to do them right next to each other so you can kind of make sure they're the same size and the cuts are about the same, so you end up with like similar sized arms and fingers. You know, it wouldn't hurt to use some of the poly paste or like a liquid Sculpey or something, but I'm just kind of not doing that, especially because I'm not having the arm stick out or anything. I'm not adding wire or any like paste or glue. So just cleaning up my hands again because that black was getting on there. And now I'm like, what am I gonna do with this other arm? And I just felt like Avocado needed a little bit of a friend. So here we go. I'm rolling a ball out of this tan clay and then flattening it up and using the rolling pin to sort of make the indent. So I'm about to make a piece of toast, and to get that top part where, you know, it kind of mushrooms on the top, I just used the rolling pin to do that. Now I'm taking the hazelnut clay that's the same color as the avocado seed. I flattened it in the pasta machine after I rolled it into a long worm, and now I'm just like placing it around the edge of the toast for the crust, making sure it's attached really good. Now I've got the brush tool and the wire fan tool, and I'm going to sort of make texture a little bit like bread, because you know bread has like a lot of little air pocket holes in it and stuff, so just trying to mimic the look of that a little bit. Some extra clay sticking out there. Alright, let's give toast some eyeballs and a little mouth. Oh, toast is gonna be looking at avocado. Little mouth. Oh my gosh, toast, you're looking so cute. Toast is already like very interested in avocado. And toast is gonna have more simple shoes, but more colorful. Toast likes a little pop of color. These are more like slip-on tennies, or like maybe they're even slippers. Although I think I am gonna give them some shoelaces. So toast has a little bit longer, skinnier legs and rounder, bluer shoes. Again, I'm using the needle nose pliers to attach the wires. Now, gotta make some arms for toast. I'm gonna do pretty much the exact same thing here. Leave the ends kind of rounded and make sure they're about the same size. Cut those slices in there and open up the fingers. Yeah, that one tool is just great for like all kinds of things, smoothing them. So now I'm gonna roll this tiny little thin worm of black clay and try popping in these shoelaces on each of these things. So I'm gonna use the knitting needle because it's a little wider, so it kind of picks the edges up a little easier, although that little tiny point helps like poke it in there better. So you kind of need both a little bit because it's harder to pick up with the pointy one, but it's easier to poke it in there. So there you go, you got some shoelaces. Gonna make some shoelaces for toast. This blue and like fuchsia shoes. Very nice. They're both very styling. The stylingest couple around. Alright, toast is kind of, I mean, it's hard to know where Toast's heart is, but Toast has kind of got their hand on their little toasty heart because Toast is just infatuated with Avocado. Gotta make these hands holding, so I made a little bit wider space between the fingers and like wrap them through. Now this isn't gonna be easy to stand alone, so I'm gonna end up making a base and kind of adding some extra wire to the shoes and legs that sticks out so that I can attach the feet to a base. And then I didn't record this part, but there is a stamp tool that I use to put the LOVE in the base, and then I use some white acrylic paint to fill that in and like a wet cloth to just wipe the edges around that off to clean it up a little bit. And then I will glaze this piece and it will be ready to go to whoever wins the drawing. Alright, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Thank you.